So Durk, I think he was hit with another charge, which is stalking resulting in death, which to me is just like a petty charge, right? Because if he, for example, right, if he don't get found guilty of murder, then why would he get found guilty of stalking? That right? It just don't make sense. It feels like this is like the prosecutor's attempt at striking back at Lil Durk attorney doing interviews, calling out the prosecutors for
the song.
Yeah.
That's what I take this as.
Because they try to say that the song that he made was about the guy who was dead, but wasn't that song made before the guy was even dead? So
according to Durk and his team, they saying that.
And it's beyond that too. Like they shown like the video to like the grand jury, and the video was like a fan edited video where like the fans edited in like Quantarano screaming, no. Defense thought that was actual audio.
And they fell for that?
Yeah, right? So his Durk and them is saying, like, come on, bro. Like, this is fan edited. Now the feds actually said in the paperwork, yo, they're focusing on this tiny thing, trying to get the case dismissed when this thing doesn't address all the other evidence we have on Durk. This don't address Durk being a menace to society, Durk being a danger to the environment, Durk being a flight risk, right? So like this don't really affect all the other things. Now, to me, this really wasn't even like the main stuff that like I was focused on. Feds unsealed the arrest warrant for Anthony Montgomery.
Okay.
Now, if you know who Anthony Montgomery is, so Anthony Montgomery and Preston Powell killed Stephen Mack. Stephen Mack was, at the time of his death, was like the leader of like Smash Joe GD.
Oh, right? Yeah, so Flacco tapped in. So Smashville GD is basically, all right, so Stephon Mack, he used to be hanging out with Melly. Like, there's a whole video of him and Melly back in the day.
Yeah.
So he was doing...
Chicago Melly?
Yeah, 051 Melly.
Yeah, Melly.
Right,
okay.
So the Stephon Mack dude, he got killed. They were trying to say he was at the club when D-Thing got killed, but he really was locked up, so I don't even think he was at the club. He got released in like September 2023, or I don't know the years, but they were trying to say Stephon Mack was at the club when D-Thing got killed or whatever. It was over them smashing the same chick.
Damn.
But I don't think that's true. I think Stephon Mack was actually, he was hanging out with Melly. He was doing a whole bunch of hits that people don't know about. And they trying to charge Durk with the murder because the two of the dudes that Durk be hanging out with, well, one of them for sure. What's his name? Mikey though. I know he from Mike Town or some shit like that. I don't know. Montgomery was his government name. What's his rap name? You saying Montgomery?
Yeah,
I don't know, but I know his rap name. I can't think of it right now. But that same dude, he was hanging out like he was like posting literally like he was taking the Lil Durk lyrics. Video? He was using the lyrics. He was in the AHA music video, but he was posting a whole bunch of money. They said that Durk paid him for the hit, like, and he was using those lyrics. Like,
but that was snitching, right? Okay, bro. So look, right.
These niggas be telling on themselves.
Listen, bro. These dudes are the dumbest set of criminals I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Because look, they drove in a black Chrysler, parked outside. Now, apparently, like Stephen Mack was at like the youth center because it was like a court order thing to like stop the violence. So he comes out, he's walking to his car, they hop out, they shoot. These idiots, instead of getting back in the vehicle and driving off, they ran away.
And dude left his phone in the
on foot. Dude left his phone in the black Chrysler. This dumbass then called like I think it was like Verizon or like AT&T
and try to get the
say
his shit was stolen.
Yeah, bro. 45 minutes after the murder. But here's where it is though. These then begin to text each other. I'm like, yo, what's up with OTF? What's up with Durk? Now I'll be real though, bro. Anthony Montgomery did like powwow dirty, bro.
What'd he do?
Montgomery is a dirtbag,
what
my nigga.
He allegedly got paid out the money and then split it with the other. So the other nigga is looking at you like, yo, I'm seeing you hanging out with Durk. Durk ain't paid us. You flashing money. What's up with the money?
Yeah.
But these niggas is texting about the hit, like literally asking for the murder for hire
What's
money.
up with the money from the body that I called?
They ain't saying.
Yeah, they trying to use code word that's obvious.
What's up with the money? Why you still hanging out with Dirk? We ain't get like basically saying shit like that.
So saying it, but not saying it.
Exactly.
No, they said what's up with OTF? What's up with Durk? When we getting paid?
Yeah, we part
homie. They did say that, but they didn't say They didn't say that blunt like for the body or anything. But
so is like, Durk getting out?
I'll be real, bro.
Is he gonna beat this?
I feel like the current stuff right now is weak, but when we see an arrest warrant, right, that got unsealed strategically and just magically today. The arrest warrant got unsealed, and we see Durk is all throughout that arrest warrant. And then in Durk's original complaint, they say, "Yo, we are currently investigating Lil Durk for other murders, including the murder of Stephen Mack," right? And then let's say like the FBG Cash shit, which again, I don't think Durk got nothing to do with FBG Cash murder. But when you drop a song talking about we left them and by the tree, and then you'll hop on live and say, "You know we did it." Now I would hope.
That's fucking.
Now
crazy,
I would hope that they're trolling when it says, "You know we did it," right? When talking about it, and because they're not a part of it, right? But I think, bro, like, listen, bro, if you put money on one person's head, bro, I feel like there's a strong chance that you probably done this before. And bro, as that rabbit hole gets deeper, bro, because for example, bro, FBG Butter, and he was in these interviews talking about, bruh.
He told.
Bruh, Paul, like, you think Von had the paper to put that? No, bro. Durk put the bread up, bro. Listen, bro. These niggas was on private jets afterwards. You think Von had them on private jets? No, Durk had them on private. So Butter was already like telling them folks, bro, look into Durk for this shit, bro. Durk did this. All right, so I'll be real, man. Yo, Durk only hope is he got Drew.
Damn.
Drew
and
is
he got
a
Brian
magician.
Steele too, though.
Nah. What, Durk got like Brian Steele too?
And Brian Steele, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
How? I
And
thought
Brian-
he hired Drew, like Drew Finland.
So Drew got enough clout to get him out.
Huh? Who?
He's with Diddy right now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm tripping.
Damn.
Yeah, Brian Steele with Diddy.
Brian Steele with Diddy.
Man, he getting that money there.
I thought he picked up
Yeah.
Durk.
But
and
I'll be real,
Drew
bro.
is the
Yeah.
dude that's with.
Man, I'll be real, bro. Can nobody
Drew Rosen?
afford no Brian Steele and Drew Finland at the same time?
At the same time, it's crazy, right?
Nigga, man,
OJ could.
You're right.
It's
No,
over
it
for
is.
your pockets, bro. Both.
You getting out broke.
I'll be real, bro. If I'm Diddy
That's about 40
and I
grand,
got
40 million.
like 100 M's, bro, I'm paying both Drew and Brian Steele. Nigga.
Yeah, I'm cashing out at this point.
Bro,
'cause,
get
like,
busy, bro.
You have to.
You have to.
You still got action that get money
Yeah.
when you get out. Go
Because
for
Drew is
broke.
the Fed killer.
Go for broke.
Yeah, nah.
You have to.
Drew is the Fed. Listen,
Let me
bro.
ask you this, Flacco: if you had to choose one of them to represent you, who you going with?
Drew.
Over Brian Steele?
Drew.
It depends on what it is, right?
You getting Drew.
Again, if it's a Fed case, I'm bringing Drew because again, even if like I'm found guilty, Drew got some type of relationship. Look, okay, bro, here, bro, NBA YoungBoy, right? A federal gun case, guilty. A federal drug case, a conspiracy, meaning, bro, you guys fake scripts, call it in, pretend to be doctors, and he got out in 18 months.
Young boy.
That's Drew Finland, bro. Meaning, even if you get found guilty, you not guilty, bro. So if it's a Fed case, give me Drew.
Let's just hope
Right?
he stepped in with the
Yeah. No, but though, if it's a state case, if it's some, like we dealing with a murder with the local police department, man, bro, Brian still finna spank them niggas, bro.
Easily Spanker.